Guys, hello and welcome to the Liberia TV Network. We are right here at the Ministry of Information, Culture and Tourism, where the Asset Recovery team is headed by Councillor Edwin Mountain. We're going to address the price in the audience here and also the nation as well. Keep following Liberia TV Network. I'm Princess Kitty Kopo coming to you live in Central Monrovia.
Members of the information family, ministers of government here present, Madam Chair, and members of the Asset Recovery and Property Retrieval Task Force, distinguished ladies and gentlemen of the press. Before I go into my statement to the press, the people of Liberia, I will formally introduce members of this all-important task force. And as I do the introduction, I will expect every member here to stand for the recognition of the press. May I mind representing Vice Chair, President? Mr. Ellis Coffin, not here, is a member. Mr. Martin Colley, also not here. Mr. Ahmed Dempster, member. Honorable Member Gonkwe.
So this is him,
Dr.
Gonkwe from the
Winnie Jackson.
EFL.
Miss Angel Andrews. Miss Victoria Babasai. Osima. Sorry. Mr. George Moore. Mr. John Mobile Billy. Mr. Trocom Martin Allen. Mohawk representative from the Ministry of Justice, and also representative from the General Services Agency. Thank you. On behalf of the Asset Recovery and Property Retrieval Task Force, I want to use this medium to express gratitude to the Honorable Minister of Information for the opportunity afforded us to give our first major press briefing since the announcement of Executive Order number 126 and our appointment to this national cause by the President, His Excellency Jose Bokai. Our ministers of government here present, distinguished ladies and gentlemen of the press. We consider this responsibility as a national cause. On ground, that this is a symbol of national preparedness by the President to declare war on corruption and to restore hope to the Liberian people by retrieving stolen assets that were diverted to private use by employees and former officials of government. The purpose of this executive order is to open a new chapter for good governance and accountability. The path of good governance and accountability is the apparatus on which civilized nations of the world are built. Civilized nations are nations that are built on the tenets of democracy, good governance, accountability, and the rule of law. Unlike civilized nations, corrupt nations are vultures that destroy the existence of the state and its people. The negative results of corrupt nations are abject poverty, poor healthcare delivery program, underdevelopment, bad rules, poor educational program, bad salaries for the employees of the system. Our ministers and distinguished ladies and gentlemen of the press. Liberia as a nation state has been victimized by bad governance, corruption, and theft over the past. Evidence of these are poverty, massive underdevelopment, and hardship. The pronouncement of Executive Order number 1 is a redemption for the people of Liberia and their state from the slavery of corruption, theft, and bad governance. This is an indication that Liberia is gravitating to the expectations of the world, where the tenets of democracy, good governance, accountability, and the rule of law are key initiatives for international recognition. Today, the Asset Recovery and Property Retrieval Task Force has been fully constituted, commissioned, and charged with the power to perform its duties and responsibilities in line with the rule of law and without fear or favor. We consider this charge as a national responsibility, and by this, it is anticipated of us to perform to the expectations of the Liberian people and that of this government. We uphold this as an opportunity to be the first task force under this government with the power and responsibility to recover stolen assets and retrieve properties from employees, former officials, and private individuals who obtain same through illegal means. We pledge to the people of Liberia and this government that we will perform their responsibility to its maximum. In consonance with the law, we will be fearless, robust, drastic, and strong. In execution of our duties, no question or questions, despite his or her former portfolio, will be exempted, as the full width of the law will not be selected in its application. Our ministers, distinguished ladies and gentlemen of the press, to hit the ground running, the task force has commenced the process of properties retrieval from employees, private individuals, and past officials of government who illegally obtained them. We want to use this occasion to call on all agencies, ministries, corporations that we have contacted to submit inventories of properties that we have selected for retrieval. We also want to use the medium to caution employees, private individuals, and former officials of government who are in possession of government properties to surrender them to the tax force. On this note, the tax force is granting 10 days grace period, commencing March 22nd to March 31st, 2024, to those mentioned supra, to voluntarily surrender all state properties to avoid unspecified legal action and consequences. Meanwhile, the tax force wants to call on all garages that are currently in the habit of changing colors, VIN and SACHI numbers of government vehicles to immediately desist. The task force has gotten intelligence of those garages involved in said criminal act. On the issue of asset recovery, which is the second phase of our work, this portion of our responsibility borders on financial crimes and corruption investigation. Our financial crime investigators are currently reviewing reports and other information gathered through our intelligence on theft and corruption of government assets. These reports and intelligence will be investigated, and thereafter proceeds of those crimes that were converted into liquid and fixed assets both in Liberia and outside Liberia by private individuals who transacted in bad business deals with government and former officials of government will be legally confiscated through a code of complicated jurisdiction. We are calling on the public to assist the task force with all relevant intelligence and information. Your name and identity will be protected. We can be reached by the following means: Liberia Asset Recovery at gmail.com, WhatsApp +231 880 358205, +231 778 611 836. You have a copy of the press. Our ministers of government and distinguished ladies and gentlemen of the press, let me clarify that this is not a wish hunt for any particular group. Our recovery and retrieval processes will be based on the unquestioned evidence. No one will be falsely incriminated on the basis of political affiliation. The legal chain of custody will be our guiding tool to establish the magnitude of our investigation. Meanwhile, in line with our duties and responsibilities, the task force will soon release the names of persons of interest that will be placed on the Asset Recovery Team. These persons of interest have been captured in our major suspects in our financial crime and corruption investigation. The task force is also aware of the illegal movement of liquid assets and is currently working with its intelligence to trace the domestic and international location of those stolen assets. Albeit, We are calling on joint security and our fellow voters to remain vigilant. To conclude, I'm calling on the Liberian people to assess this national endeavor. This initiative has set the stage for Liberia to regain its dignity and reputation in the international community. Thank you very much.
So that was the voice of Councillor Edwin Clark Martin. He is the head for the Asset Recovery Team. We are right here at the Ministry of Information, Culture and Tourism, where it's a press conference ongoing. Keep following Liberia TV Network. I'm Francis Kedikobo coming to you here live.
Of the Asset Recovery Task Force. At this juncture, I'd like to invite the Executive Director of the National Disaster Management Agency,